Hello, everyone. It's High Priestess Jamila. Oh, y'all already in here. Uh-oh, I'm buffering. The other day I was making a reference between high and low magic, okay? And I had never really even learned anything about this. Hello, Janice. Hey, Princess Cass and Orion's daughter and anti-ADOS guy. Hello. Um, I had never really tripped off of the difference between high and low magic, honestly. But I did do a little bit of research, and from what I was gathering in my head about it was that it is about low magic refers to working with herbs and working with nature, and that's what generally. Now, I personally feel that both are very important. So, to be honest with you, I practice both, and then a lot of times at the same time. So, high magic is supposed to be like more so working with the universe, something like that. Very different. And you know what? I think that there is a difference between, I will tell you this, I think that there is a distinction between practitioners that practice low magic versus ones that practice high magic, which high magic is supposed to be it's hard to explain it, but from the way that it was explained to me, that it was more so working, I guess, with the sun, the moon, the universe, and maybe even the elements. Maybe even the elements would be considered, but and then also alchemy and things like that. For me, the way that I took it was also working with energies that most people don't see every day. Okay, um, for example, like with certain, I gotta put the phone down, guys. I'm sorry, y'all. Look at how good this fried chicken looks, though. Look at how good that looks. I gotta show y'all. Look at how good my chicken looks. Look at that chicken. Y'all know that look good. Okay. Yes. And yes, I did dip it in the egg. And this is the second batch, actually. So I'm cooking the second batch a lot slower than the first batch. Because obviously there was burnt pieces at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? From cooking the first batch. So I didn't want it to overcook and on the outside and be, I didn't want it to be black on the outside and then undone or raw on the inside. I'm gonna put the phone down though real quick, guys, because I gotta put my macaroni in. And then I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, for example, um, I would say, from what my understanding is that maybe you would be looking at the sky, maybe you would be looking at certain constellations, maybe certain energies that might be in the atmosphere in space, okay, like way up there, and you would be harnessing it. So I'm gonna tell y'all this: I do both. I do the low magic. It's I don't even think it's I don't even like that. I don't even really like that because it's I mean, I guess you could say, okay, well, on Earth, we're going to have a certain body on Earth because we're earthlings. But I guess if you were to be way up there and your spirit manifested as something different than an Earth person, And if you were to connect with something like that, then that could be considered high magic as well when you are beyond your earthly self. But I personally like my earthly self. I like earth. I like the flowers and trees and birds. And yeah, I even like the crazy weather on earth too. Tornadoes, and I know that they cause devastation in people's lives and stuff. Um, so do volcanoes and things of that nature. You know, I personally feel strongly that we are controlling the weather. Us. We are. We are controlling it. We are. Okay? For real. We're like especially like during this pandemic and stuff, everybody's vibrations and frequencies was just so, I don't want to say low, but just fearful. It's a very, very scary time for a lot of people. And, so I personally feel that the things like the herbs and stuff, I do 100% stand by herbs and herbal remedies. I do, for whatever it is that you have. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the herbs that they said would protect us from the Toyota Corolla virus. Yes, baby. Do we have any what? Oh no. Oh no. Oh God, yeah, you're gonna need the remote. Oh, you know what? I think I know where some AAA batteries is at. Hold on. Cause all I have is double A. I believe that both low and high magic is what is needed to beat this whole thing, because herbs are very healing. You see, if you drink a cup of tea, let's say that you come over here and you visit with me, and you say, Jamila, I need you to help heal me of this, this, and that. And I make you a potion. And you drink it, but you don't believe that the potion is going to do anything. Okay? Now, for me, my stuff will still work. Okay? Even if you want to deny it. But, it's whatever it is, I feel strongly that because of my faith and my belief in it, that is what helps to manifest what it is that you want. And I didn't even realize it last night, like literally right before I did my cleanse on myself, because I had done some work for a client, for two clients actually. And when I had done my cleanse for myself, like right before I had done the cleanse, I felt really stiff all over. I don't want to say that I felt sick. I just felt really stiff all over, just like stress and strain. And right after I did this cleanse, like literally like not even 30 seconds later, it was just like, whoa, this is amazing. But it's because I believe in it. So, whenever you're getting work done through us, if you don't believe that it's going to work, I don't care if you're doing high magic or low magic. Those are some of the clients that are the most difficult. We still love you, but some of us don't have patience. I have a lot of patience. I do. Sometimes I'll be ready to lose that patience, but I do have a lot of patience, especially for my clients, because you guys are like everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, and I know that it's me because I do quality work. Okay, so I do quality work for people. It can't be denied, the stuff that I do for people. But I just tripped on that because I was actually on here the other day saying that somebody else was doing low magic, and neither one are bad. Like neither one, I do both of them. In fact, when in every ritual, I use both. I do both. I do both. Maybe that's why I be feeling like I'm about to turn into a star. I be feeling like like sometimes when you do these rituals and stuff, and especially when you're calling on certain kind of energies, it will kind of knock you over sometimes. It will. It's something that you got to get used to. It can be very, very overwhelming. I know that Beltane was overwhelming for me. Yes, child. Hold on, real quick. Sorry, I didn't know that you were waiting for me. Herbs for cramps. Something I think would help for cramps. White willow bark for cramps. Mugwort would be good for cramps. Motherwort is amazing for the heart and the stomach. Ginger, even the ginger root, like the dried ginger. In fact, I think sometimes. Sorry, guys, my phone really starts to buffer. Whoops. I think it's flipping over. Okay, sorry, y'all. Hey, Taj. Hello. Welcome. Hey, Aquarius baby and unapologetic Ella. How y'all doing this evening? Crystal G is here. Hello. Sarah. Sarah Nisut. I'm coming here for some of that chicken. It is going to be good, though. That crust is looking good. And I made the crust special. And then I did make green beans. Yes, they do have, I put some bacon, some onion, garlic in it. And I'm making some macaroni and cheese. Here, baby, I got some batteries for you. Lavender will work, but if you're talking about pain, lavender, like cramps would be pain. So lavender would definitely relax you, but some of the herbs that I mentioned, you're welcome, honey. Some of the herbs that I mentioned can actually relieve pain. Cloves as well. Cloves will relieve pain. Yeah, that stuff is good. Yeah, and then okay, so let me just tell y'all this. Yoga has transformed my life. I've okay, so I told you guys that we're doing the group thing, and I've actually been meaning to come and talk to you guys, but I wanted to take the time to connect with yoga and truly see the benefits. And I've only been doing it for like 2 days, and I already see the benefits. Okay. First of all, I don't like wake up stiff. Like I don't wake up hurting, which I can be doing that at any time, trust me, because especially because of the work that I do for people. If I don't do cleanses on myself, which I have to, because and then this was a tough time. This was the past 3 months, especially the past 2 months have been really, really tough on everybody. Okay, especially if you're like an empath or a healer, and it's been really tough. Oh, another good thing to have around this time would be honey. Um, would be honey. Honey is really good for you. There's some people that are allergic to honey. I'm not, thank God. I use honey in my bathtubs. I'll put honey in my bath. Okay. And I use it to make my sugar scrubs too. And I haven't, but you know what? I haven't done a sugar scrub in a while. And y'all can see I still got that little scar right here. And I've been meaning to put some Ambi on it, but my Ambi is upstairs and I just ain't been caring. It's like whatever. It adds character to my face, okay? I've been trying to naturally do it though, because that Ambi will, but I don't know why I do that. Good Lord, I go far off into other stuff, act like I can't talk to folks. What the hell? Now I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about. Ain't that something? Y'all, I swear. But it's a good thing though, trust me. We were talking about something important. Honey, herbs. Bless the herbs. if you make you a tea, okay, so let's say that you made some tea and you use some pretty powerful herbs in it. And you put your intent into the, see, that's what I'm saying, intention and what we do with our mind, that's high magic. But it would be considered low magic, I guess, or both, because I always bless my stuff with certain stuff. I always work with the energy of all of that up there. Like, I believe that there's stuff up there that we just, if only we could just reach up and grab it. But I mean, we can reach up and grab it. Somebody was saying that Georgia is really dark, but I said that's because you can see the stars better. If we don't have cloud coverage, it's always cloud coverage over here. Always, it's you know but I like to look beyond the clouds, so that would be considered high magic, especially if you had to envision what was up there so that you could connect with it. So I'm constantly using both. I don't know if any other practitioner feels that way. um I will tell you that Beltane felt almost like when I did my first, how Beltane kind of felt. I just felt really buzzy all over, and just kind of like, just almost like this electricity. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that I did my first one during Beltane anyway. But Beltane is definitely considered to be, I guess, a low magical thing because you're connecting with nature. Oh, by the way, guys, I got my green man. I just haven't opened it up and consecrated it yet. But I did get that today, actually. It came way late, but it's still here. So I feel like Santa Claus is going to be in the house when I unbox it. I'm thinking about doing it live too, because I'm gonna do it before I go to sleep. I'm gonna put it by my altar by the front of the house. I didn't have it for the ritual, but that's okay because I had trees and all kind of stuff connected with nature. I love nature, I do. And my biggest regret is having allergies, so I would guess that would have something to do with, I don't know, like, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not, I don't know. I believe that allergies are connected to heart, chakra, neglect, and trauma. Even when you read up, even with myself of that shellfish allergy, guys, I am definitely allergic to shellfish. I cannot eat it. It cannot be cooked in my house. When I was younger, I was able to cook shrimp and stuff like that for people. But now that I've gotten older, my reaction to it has gotten worse. The smell. It doesn't even smell good to me, guys, even though I know it tastes good because I've had it. I loved it. I love shrimp dipped in garlic butter. Okay. And see, the medical industry, they ain't been able to cure us of these shellfish allergies yet. I'm not impressed. I want to eat some shellfish too. I be sitting there watching people eat it. I be like, ooh, you lucky. I be like, ooh, you lucky. But I don't be hating on people though, because I cook my food to taste good. Like, I can make a chicken breast taste like a lobster. People be like, no, Jamila, this is not a lobster. This is chicken breast. Hey, one can have their fantasies, okay? So that's my understanding, but I don't even know like where that comes from and like what the distinction is, because how do you have one without the other? I think that if you're somebody that does limit your magic to, low magic, I would feel bad for you. But I don't like, why do they even refer to it as that? Why are they like, that's crazy. I don't know. I guess that was the only way that they could make a distinction. Y'all, I'm trying to find the top to my thing, but I always end up using this one that goes to my stock pot because I never can seem to find that damn thing. In fact, I think it probably, God only knows. God only knows. So, this can be recycled. So that's what that is. And I personally feel that we all do both. Like you have to. I don't know. I do practice ceremonial magic, but mine is more so instinctual. Like when I do y'all rituals, I don't never schedule it for a certain time. It's like, okay, it's time. And those are some of my best workings because if you're doing something at the wrong time, you're not going to want to do it. So that's why a lot of people be like, "Did you do the ritual yet? Did you do the ritual yet? Did you do?" I'll be like, "I'm preparing for it." I'll be like, "Calm down, be patient, okay, with me, because I can be doing anywhere from 5 to 6 clients per week." Okay. So I guess another form of low magic would be spiritual baths because you're using water. It confuses me. It does. I don't even really like to refer to it as that because all of what I do makes sense and they all just kind of come together. They all just kind of meet together and it just seems to work for me, you know? Because I always and I do it real traditional. I call the quarters. I salt my circle. I connect with the elements. But then I also connect with Mother Earth as well as up there. So I don't know if it's, maybe I didn't know that people didn't do it that way. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that people Oh Lord, face down, ass up, downward facing dog. I was doing it this morning. I'm gonna do it before I go. I like to do it before I go to sleep. And I don't know, guys. Like I have been through times in my life where it's been something traumatic going on, and so I think mainly because I was actually gonna come on here earlier and say the way that you get past all of that is that you start to try to put it out of your mind because I don't want to be constantly wounded, and we're doing a healing right now. And, the yoga aspect of it, like, for example, I believe that yoga has helped me not drink as much too. Like, so I'm actually really, really feeling that. And, you know, um, it actually feels pretty amazing. And I'm still healing myself because even when I do my Cobra, like you can feel, like I can just feel where stuff is like so out of alignment and that my body just needs rest and it needs to strengthen itself too. Because the first time that I did it, it was okay. But then I did a second session later on in the evening and I started to like I felt the energy just pulsing through my body. And so that can make you dizzy. And I actually have felt that even doing rituals sometimes. I don't really experience that anymore because I've gained control over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I got like kind of dizzy and I was like, whoa. But then it was like I was breathing and I felt relaxed and I just, you know what I'm saying? But I hate being, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a horrible, horrible time for a lot of cancers. I don't like to feel insecure and afraid. I don't like it at all. And I grew up watching scary movies. I'm about to watch a scary movie right now. But in real life, like this is something I'm watching on TV. I know this ain't real. But in real life, I don't want no, you would never catch me on Fear Factor. It's not that I'm scary. It's just that I'm more so, and it's not that I'm a control freak. That's not what it is. That is not what it is, because I firmly believe in letting people express themselves however they need to, whatever it is that they need to say or do. Go ahead and do it. But I don't really like to see people upset. Like I don't like to see myself upset. Like all that stress and stuff. Oh God. So I'm just going to sit here and do my yoga. I think yoga is an excellent way to get your body ready for fertility too, because there's actually fertility poses that you can do. One of them is squatting up against a wall, like just squat up against the wall, like go all the way down and just let your your uterus and stuff, and just kind of let it, you know what I'm saying, just squat. That actually increases the blood flow to that area, because as soon as I get stressed out, my ovaries react. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I've always been very in tune with my body. And so that was the reason why, like years ago, when my ex was trying to knock me up over and over again, he would always just like, he didn't even want me to work. I don't think he would mind me doing what I'm doing now, but he didn't even want me to work. He was just like, you need to stay home and rest and relax, and I'll clean up. I was like, really? But then there would be times when it would go all the way out of crazy into crazy Whoville, crazy Hoodooville. Hey, Orion's daughter. Oh, I think I already spoke to you. I'm acting like you just came in. So yeah, squatting up against the wall like that, like that's how I conceived that when I started doing yoga fertility stuff. And it worked, you know. So but the one thing about yoga that I like is that it does truly, connect your everything, and it's really good to do it, like especially right about now. Like this is an amazing time. So I thought about recording a yoga video for you guys, but I'm just gonna try to inspire you more so, because I don't want to do it necessarily for YouTube. I want to actually focus right now on my body and healing my body through yoga. And Shiva actually led me there finally, because for like the past 6 months, I was like, oh my God, I need to do some yoga, because it was just like, stress is not good. And it does relieve stress. It does make your body feel better. Like I feel so much more agility. I've had more energy the past couple of days. And see, usually I'm up. Like I ain't never the type of person that just sleep and sleep and sleep for days and days and days. I can't do that. But when I would be up, but my body would just be hurting and I'd be sore. And I just, I was like, okay, and this just came about, but added to what I know is being pushed on me spiritually, which is menopause and all that stuff. And yoga is a way to fight that, actually, because I was like, why am I stiff? Why? And I was like, is it because I'm old? It's like, no, it's not old. It's not like, I'm tired. I don't even want to talk to people that talk like that. Like, age ain't nothing but a number, for real. I'm tired of all that comparing ages and stuff. No, because you can be unhealthy in your 20s and, turn your health around in your 40s. That's, 60 is like the new 40 these days, okay? Because more people are connecting with their bodies. So like I just noticed that, like I have so much more energy and I feel so much better. And like when I'm doing yoga, it feels so natural to my body, And I'm really good at the tree pose, but I'm gonna get better before I start doing all that. Um, no, I'm not gonna become a yoga instructor, but I will be recommending yoga for all of my clients, like no matter what it is, because this is something that you can do to help yourself feel better. And that's and see, stress kills me. Arguments, it kills me. I don't like bad I don't like bad spirits. I don't like hatred. I don't like I don't like it. I never have. I'll deal with it to survive. Oh yeah, put on practical magic. I'll deal with it to survive. But if I could, it would just like I would snap my fingers and it would all go away and I would just be in this constant state of serenity and tranquility. I personally don't like. So the other day, like when I was talking about some people, I was referring and I wanted to make sure that y'all knew that I knew what I was talking about. I was just kind of saying what I had to say because, I do think that it would be considered folk magic because a lot of times, like, you don't have to be a magician to be able to ruin somebody else's life or even to drive them into an early grave. You don't have to be a high magician. You can be a folk like practice folklore and stuff, and you can do that. And so I wouldn't even really consider that to be low magic, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider that to be magic at all. I don't. Just because I know what I know, like I've had experiences. I had one experience where I got so depressed. And I swear to you, I feel that what magic really is the ability to tap into other planes of existence, other realities, as well as being able to create the reality around you. So I believe that your brain can get used to one reality and it can stay in it. So you're creating that reality essentially. That's just like if you come on YouTube and you get bullied. You can always close off their videos. You don't have to. I know I didn't have no choice. How does it taste, baby? I know I didn't have no choice because I felt like it was, because it involved my children. And, and I don't even want to bring that stuff up, to be honest with you. But once I make closure with something, I let it go. I truly do, like, because it's really not worth it. It really isn't. And I'm not saying that black magic, because they call high magic high white magic is what it's called. And so that can denote, okay, we're saying white, that means that, but really what white represents is a canvas. And I'm not saying that white people, because I don't believe we should call each other Crayola colors. I just, nobody is the color of paper and nobody is the color of tar. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and neither one is better or worse than the other. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think that if I feel like whatever it is that you are taught, you can teach yourself a better way. Don't keep yourself within limitations. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she has my box. What's in it? My green man statue. Get that before it gets like, I don't want it to get cracked. She was like, she was doing some kind of Tarzan thing with it on the ground. Yeah, okay. Now she gonna fuss. Are y'all okay? So what are you trying to say? You saying that I need to get off my live or either go back there? I'm inspired. I'm going through the process thinking I need to do yoga and meditation. You recommend. It's my first time being with you. Okay. Well, welcome, Lily. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all should definitely try it. I know that I'm gonna wait because I'll be up. What time is it? Yeah, I'll be up till at least 5. So after I get me something to eat, I'm gonna sit down and relax. And another thing is that eating is so comforting right now. Nobody should not be eating. In fact, I've lost weight by eating. You know what I'm saying? Like so, and so you because we're already what's the word that I'm looking for? We're already malnourished. And overweight people can be some of the most undernourished people. Just to let y'all know. Okay. So don't tell our obese people to not eat anything because you know what I'm saying? Don't eat anything that would be considered bad for you, but obviously once get yourself. So this actually has been good for weight loss too. And I'm wondering if any of my participants have lost any weight, because I actually have. I've lost a few pounds. Okay. It's not even about losing weight. It's about feeling good. I would rather feel good and be a little overweight than to be skinny and feeling like crap. Because I've been there. So that's why I say that. Okay. Everything that I say is because I've had the experience of it. Because I've actually lost weight. I've actually lost weight the unhealthy way by stressing and not eating enough. But yeah, you can definitely tell I've lost a few pounds. And they might have the spirit of Buddha. No, yeah, I like Buddha bellies. I don't think bellies are necessarily bad. Okay. But six packs are okay too. I never was into the six pack thing, for women. I think it's okay. In the world, that little baby be in there fussing, y'all. Yeah, spirits don't know color. Yeah, that within itself, I just wish they would get rid of all that racism and stuff. I really do, but you can't force the whole rest of the world. You can't force the rest of the world to do what you want them to do. The only thing you can do is you. So that's why I choose to do me. I'm living for me. Live for yourself. You know, Even if you have children, you teach them the best that you can. If they want to go out there and have their own little thing, then just, hey, but this is how I am. So, as I'm talking about health, smoking a cigarette. It's raining, y'all. Oh, shit. I need to go get my tiki torches from outside. Damn it. I guess they're going to get rained on. Hey, you can kind of hear my wind chime. I got a little tiny one out there. Yeah, I think that no matter what size you are, you should love yourself personally. Because, and if you want to be whoever the hell you want to be, just if you loving yourself while you doing it, if you have a problem with self, then I feel like fix it. I know that for me, it was more so internal because, I had went through stress for and I don't want to say stress. It was just those stressful moments. Those shouldn't be there. Like some of the stuff that I went through last year, like this ain't what we're doing. Like, is this what we're doing? And so eliminating that stress is important for you to eliminate stress from your life. Stress kills people. And so that's why I feel like this, no matter what it is that you're dealing with, try to find your happy place because, how you going to get out of the situation that you're in when you can't do that? That's just like when we were at a hotel last year. I went and got little Christmas trees and, went and got a Christmas dinner for us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why sit there and just be miserable? And we weren't miserable. Now, obviously, this Christmas. What, mamas? She was yelling at me? Yeah. Obviously, this Christmas. You want. What, baby? Give me that. Yeah. Give me that. What is that you have? What is this? Oh, it's a piece. Oh, I know what that is. She don't want me to beat her. She said, I want to come in here and mess with Grandma. Why are you in here messing with me, little mama? What did I do? Now she's messing with the tree. She realized that the lights are on. So, this Christmas is going to be better, though, definitely. But it's not just because I have a house now. No, that it's because of what is inside of me. Like, no matter where you at, no matter where you're at, finding that happiness will pull you towards the things that you want. And I believe that that's alchemy. I believe that that is a very deep form of alchemy, because the way, and the way that I did it was that, first of all, hey, mama's mama. What are you doing? You ain't got a little chunky butt, ain't you? You little chunky butt. My grandbaby be eating, y'all. She be eating. Yeah. I ain't scared of cigarettes making my health bad. I'm more scared of stress and ignorant people than any drug in this world. There's no worse drug than a negative, toxic person. I'm just keeping it real with you. Okay? Like that is just bad. That is really bad. Obviously, I wouldn't try drugs, like hard drugs, but when you compare it, they have about the same effect. They've studied couples and stuff, and different people that you may be around. If they may be going through some kind of addiction, that affects everybody around you. So that's why when people get to bird boxing and stuff, and sometimes I don't bird box. I just be going off because I be trying to get my point across, because I'm used to not being heard my entire life. I kind of didn't feel like the people around me were listening to me or even paying attention to me. I really did feel that way. And it was, even when I got older, I felt like my ideals were not respected. So many of you that felt that way growing up, starting a platform like this is very healing. And then it's like, just don't try to take that away from me, because this is healing for me, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm just trying to heal self. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been noticing a lot of deep healing with yoga, and I highly encourage it. And hi. And I truly believe that Shiva stepped in, because when I first started, that's why I was saying these deities, they contact me. So when I first started this whole thing with this healing thing that I've got going on until the 13th of May, when I first started it, it was just Saint Michael and Saint Raphael, because Raphael, I will swear by him, as well as Saint Expeditors. I will sing their praises, because there have been times when I've been spiritually attacked and broken down, spiritually attacked, and just feeling broken. And those energies have came in and instantly healed me. So I swear by them. Seriously. But then Shiva came up the day that I was announcing it, and was like, I'm in this too. And so it doesn't surprise me that I finally got led towards yoga, Because I have been saying for like the past year, my life would be so much better, and I would be so much healthier if I would just do some yoga. And I think everybody would actually. I think that just doing Cobra for 5 minutes will just open up your heart chakra, it'll open up your chest, and you'll just feel better. Because can you imagine what your body is going through every single time you have some sort of stressful situation that comes up? Your muscles are tensing up. Your stomach is bubbling up. Your stomach is doubling up. Your kidneys is working harder. Your heart is working harder. In fact, if you live a stressful lifestyle, hell, you might as well just go ahead and eat like crap and smoke cigarettes. Because to be honest with you, I mean, stress pretty much, counteracts everything. It cancels out everything is what I was trying to say. It cancels out everything that you do. So that's why I've been staying away from stressful situations. But then expressing myself when needed. Expressing myself when I need to. But then I want there to be a day where I don't have to express that anger. Because truly then is when you have let it all go and you've said, you know what, I'm just here. I have a purpose, but I'm just here. And I'm able to just exist without all of these programs, without all of these indoctrinations. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what I consider that to be very high magic. Because a lot of this stuff that y'all be tripping off of, this is why I wear pink hair, blue hair. I'll even put some gray hair in my head, green hair. This is why I do that, because we have to step outside of these boundaries that we have been put into. You know what I'm saying? And it just is so sad that self-expression is looked down so much. Even when the self-expression, I mean, it doesn't bother you that I'm wearing green hair, or that I may put some yellow hair in my head. So what? Why would it? Why? It's not your head, it's my head. You know what I'm saying? So, and y'all got to be careful with people focusing on your crown chakra all the time. An enemy constantly homing in on your crown chakra, that's a sign of a buzzard. Cause why you worried about my hair? Yeah, I'm gonna shave it off. I'm just. You want me to shave it all off? Cause I'm tired of you looking at my hair. And see, everybody thought Britney Spears had lost her mind, but that was really why she did that. Because it is liberating to, not have those pressures. It's constant pressure. How am I wearing my hair? How does my makeup look? Just let all that go and just be you. And that is the most beautiful thing ever. And I'm wearing extensions right now, but you know what? I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, little mama need a little bit of them herbs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well, what I want to do is just grow my hair out, and because my hair looks really, really pretty when it's grown out, because it waves and it forms these little tendrils at the end. And that's what I'm working on, because I think that all of our crown chakras have been tampered with. All of our chakras. It's not just Jamila. People will say, oh, look at Jamila. She did that and she did that and she going through that. Well, guess what? You going through the same exact thing, or maybe something different. But, so we all in this together with these. And I truly do, because I can see them. I can see them. I can see those entities. They are in another reality. They are advanced. They are able to feed off of our insecurities and our differences from where they are at. And, being able to see that and being able to recognize it is so important. It determines what happens to your family. Because you may grow up thinking, oh, my family, they all just some pieces of shit. You didn't realize that they were being puppeteered. They didn't even realize it. I mean, you realized it after you got old enough to realize what was going on, that they were being puppeteered that whole time. And that's why they were confused and arguing, and everybody talking about, everybody using the B word and the H word and the N word. I used it the other day, and I hate it when I'm in that. I don't like myself when I'm like that, because I just, but it's very real, and I'm very raw about it. If you listen to what I'm saying, obviously what I was saying was making sense to a lot of people, but in a reverse psychology type of way, what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and because because when you hold, like, imagine just holding all that stuff in and just internalizing it. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. I just. Let's just keep it real, okay? For real. That I don't like no fake stuff, and I don't lie to people just to kick it. Mm-mm. Or just to make a point or to prove a point. No, I'm gonna be honest all the way. It's just the way that I've been. I've actually been like this my entire life, though. I got many butt whoopings because I couldn't lie. And my parents asked me, "Did you do this?" Yeah, I did it. Come over here. I'm about to tear your little though. I didn't get real hard whoopings when I was a kid, though. I don't. In fact, I don't have like scars and stuff on my body and stuff. So I'm not gonna be super overly sensitive. You know what I'm saying, about anything. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What y'all feel emotional about, that is what's holding you back. If what you feel emotional about, like if somebody's able to just trigger you emotionally, and it depends on how well you process it. Okay, and how, so if somebody triggers you and says something cruel to you, and you automatically go back into your child state, then that means that you have to heal your inner child. And if you automatically go back to, I'm hurting, nobody loves me, I'm all alone, your spirit guides are sitting there looking at you, and they're like, okay, so now we're going through this again. Now we're going to have to, and they will stick by you. Your spirit guides will stick by you. Also, I don't know why I was reading, because I was trying to read about this whole low magic versus high magic thing. And somebody was saying that if you're like a child contacting your your spirit guides, or your invisible friends or whatever, that's considered to be low magic. And I don't agree at all, because I believe that those beings have been guardian angels, and they have helped you through some horrific things. Okay, they are the voice in the back of your head that's saying you're loved, you're valued, you deserve better than this, don't trip. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you're somebody that is causing pain in other people's lives, and you're doing it purposely, and you know that person is trying to heal, and you just trying to constantly wound them, then of course your experience might be a little different. Because then your spirit guides are going to probably be telling you, hey, listen, you need to stop trying to hurt others. You need to quit doing that. And that is where you're tapping into empathy. You don't never want to be so empathic that you allow people to run all over you. And that's one of the things when it comes to empaths, because I've seen empaths get bullied, and it's a lot of empaths that are thinking about suicide. It would be better on the other side, especially if they're advanced spiritually. You got a person that's spiritually advanced, and they know where they're going. But I think that within itself The reason why it's kind of looked down upon is because it isn't, in my opinion, the right thing to do so, because I think that's why the spirits highly discourage that. So it's really sad because you're experiencing that other person's pain, and it may make you so depressed that you may think about, you may think about ending it all, because because you're being thrown so much of that misery. And so I think that, especially children that are being bullied, they need to really be paid attention to, because it's not good for them spiritually, and it's not good for them mentally. You know what I'm saying? That can be really painful, not being accepted, and then also being ridiculed at the same time can be really, really hard and harsh. But welcome to being a witch. This is something that witches have went through for centuries, because there used to be a time before they began to alter our spiritual gifts, that witches, if somebody came near even a baby witch, that person would drop dead because it was meaning to do harm. So you got to think, why? Why are they so afraid of witchcraft? Why do they work extra hard to, to suppress your spiritual gifts? Why do they do that? It's because they're afraid of them. Because, there's some people out there that have spiritual gifts. They ain't gonna come out and tell you what they are. Some of my gifts I don't talk about. It ain't no need to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? It's just so. But not saying that I would make somebody drop dead, no. But I'm saying that, there would be these strange circumstances. And then, also, if you have someone that has spiritual gifts, or someone that had a previous lifetime, which is usually people that are born with marks, then you're going to have spirits and energies that are coming in. And see, these people, even though they were in denial of what was happening, because they could see those spirits too, they would know that those spirits was coming because of that person, and they would put many of us to death, because many witches, they display powers and gifts from the time that they're born. So it don't just develop this is something that you're born with, and usually either your parent or somebody else knows your spiritual gift. Now, I will be very honest about this particular gift. I do have a tendency. I have a gift, and I don't know if this is native to all cancers. I don't know if we all have this, but I am able to tap into people's subconscious really easily. Really easily. Like, I don't have to. I can just think about you and tap into your consciousness, and then also I can uh, give you the curse of empathy. To a bad person, being empathic is going to be extremely painful, because you're going to have to feel the pain of what you're inflicting on others. Which many of us empaths have that gift, but but it's your heart chakra. Your heart chakras are off balance, because you feel way too much for that person to use your gift on them. Well, if it was good for the goose is good for the gandy, or the gander, whatever they call that. Okay, so that's what I work towards and strive towards, is making somebody feel bad about, feel guilt, feel that heart pain. That's what they should feel, and I'll even feel it with them sometimes, and I'll be like, That's why I try to keep my lips shut, to where I don't do heart chakra traumatic things. I really, really try to not, like I'm trying to walk away from stuff like that, because those things, when you hurt one person, it causes a ripple effect. And those ripples come through all the time. You just feel this tide of emotion just come through. And it is usually when the wind blow or something, and then you be fine one minute, and the next thing you know, you be like, well, God damn. And so that, like that day that I came on here, and I was like, wow, I can feel a lot of people suffering and in pain. I was not joking about that. That wasn't something that I don't just say this stuff just to get attention. I'm telling y'all what I go through as an empath. So, especially right now was, oh my God, just so difficult for empathic people. Because the suffering and the fear, the frequency that we are creating, that's why I kept saying, please don't be afraid of this. You're killing me. You're killing me. Please stop being afraid of this, because like, and you would have to be an empath to understand this, that when stuff like this goes on, though, I mean, that stuff, that energy just comes flooding towards you, which is why I believe that my spirits wanted to get me in a safest environment as possible. I don't know who built this house or what they did, but like everything that is surrounding this house was made for the protection of a witch. The trees, the way that they're lined up, there's a creek running behind there, and then there's a short walk to the lake. So, and that water does provide protection for empaths. That's why it's always good for empathic people to live near water. Because you're sensing the pain of others, and I can tell that things are absolutely letting up, but there's still that underlying fear of what's going to happen next. And I think that we should let that go, because don't you determine what happens next? That's what I thought. That's what my spirits tell me. Ooh, my nose is itching. Good. You determine what happens next, not them. And so they're moving forward with this election. I don't vote. I'm sorry. Nobody's going to get my vote. But I don't even want to say what I want to say, because then I'll become public enemy number one again. And I'm just way too sensitive for that. Because when I say something that's way too important, all of a sudden I just start feeling this energy like they zapping me or some shit. Like they zapping me. And not the people that are on the intertubes. I'm talking about these, higher level, they got powers to do that stuff. And I only feel about 0.05% of what they send, honestly, because if I were to feel all of that negative energy that is being sent to me just because of who I am, just because of my message and what I stand for, it would have killed me. I'd have a whole head full of white hair. But and so that's why I make sure that I give offerings and I give thanks, even though I know that for the most part I'm protecting myself. But when I feel like I can't do it, that's why my spirit guides, that's when they come in, because I'm like, hold on, Saint Michael, I need some protection. And as soon as I say that, that's why my tat on my back, no shade to nobody else, but this tattoo on my back, maybe I should go put on my pants so that you guys, because I'm being bad, guys. Bottoms. I'm so bad. But I do have underwear though. But I want to put Saint above my butterfly tattoo so that it'll be Saint Michael. Because that's actually, he's like my right-hand man. He protects me from everything. So, a lot of other people would have a different story. They say, oh, well, we can't work with the archangels. And then some people say that they're archons. And I don't know about that, because it's what they've done for me. You know what I'm saying? So they think they're channeling your gods, but what they're channeling is much worse. You know what? I would be careful with doing that stuff. I think that the best thing to do is to just figure out what works for you. Where's she at? She right here messing with these candles over here. So I think that whatever it is that you're doing for whatever purpose, because for me, I personally don't wake up in the morning and think to myself, whose life can I destroy today? Who can I harm today? So that's generally not who I am. Now, if, being that, and I'm going to be honest with you, I am like I'm shocked that I would have enemies. I'm shocked about that. You know, just out the gates, for people to come out the gates like I'm your enemy. It's like, oh, okay, well, I don't really want this. I don't really see the point, but I did learn the point. Yeah, I get it now, but you know, previously. And I think that many of us were really sheltered. To be honest with you, I think that for a lot of us, we were sheltered, definitely sheltered from even our own good stuff through those religions. It never was meant for my life to be cookie cutter like that, because I think that if you go to high school and you graduate from high school and you go to college and you get a college degree and you go and get a job and you get a husband with a college degree and y'all both clocking 300 grand, you know, both of y'all together, then, you know, you can go to church and say, yes, praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But if you are somebody like me that is basically leading the underdog, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been poor in my previous lives, but then became very rich, didn't do it the right way in that lifetime. But for some reason, I'm mainly connected with my past life as Ma Barker for some reason. And I am connected with my other ones, but that is the one that takes um, a lot of work, probably because of the way that she died, that I died in that lifetime. But you know, so but in this lifetime, from my perspective, I was always, you know, a good person. Didn't want to, I really don't like to argue. Of course, everybody has their dark side, but for me, I don't like for my dark side to come out, because I like to stay where the rainbows and the damn unicorns are. I do. I like soft, bubbly, fluffy things. And I do, you know, and yes, I do watch violent, scary movies sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But my reality, that's what I want. You know, I don't want to be dodging bullets and stuff. You know, there's just no need for all of that. So, okay. You said you saying goodnight. Your daughter came downstairs with a poop. Oh, go change the baby. Yeah, I'm about to say goodnight to y'all too, because I didn't really mean to. Yeah, that's what I be saying. Like, you know, no, my spirits ain't killed nobody so far though. Like, you know, that ain't even the point. Like, you know, the way my spirits feel about it is they like, well, why would we kill them? Because they'll get even stronger in the spirit realm. You can't kill a person. You really can't kill energy. You really can't do that. I mean, you can put it in fire. Fire can destroy certain energies, but you can't really. So just because a person dies doesn't mean that there's still not going to be a problem. I just, you know, I know that for a fact. So it's never been, you know, of course you get angry and you like, God, I just want to sit here and I just want to, like, I don't know what it is, guys. Like, people know me, like anybody that has gotten to know me over the years. You know, like they'll call me early in the morning. I'm like, man, I'm just like life is so wonderful. And they're like, what the hell have you been taking? I ain't been taking nothing. I was born in the summer. Maybe that could be why I'm like that, because I'm a summer baby. I don't know. I was born in June. But really, I don't know why. Like in one of my lifetimes, I feel like I was born like on the 4th of July, because it's something about the 4th of July. And it really ain't even the holiday. But I do like the holiday because, you know, my own personal independence and freedom means a lot to me. Like, it's something that, um, yeah, it's something that's very, very important to me. You know, please don't try to control what I do that day. Just let me, because nature. So I am very, very much connected with nature. And I do know that there's something up there that does try to control us. And see, that's why I always, when I, talk to my ancestors, I'm like, please respectfully honor my wishes and respect my wishes. And sometimes you do have to come at your ancestors like that because, you may be on something else and they may be on something different. That's just like for me, I would have rather came here, got this house when I, within 6 months to a year and started spitting out more babies. But, Spirit has something else in mind for me. But, they promised me that I will be able to do that because I don't, a lot of people don't understand that, but there's a lot of people that are just meant to have the babies. They meant to have a bunch of kids. People hate them, people judge them, but, I think that they're special people that have 7, 8 kids. I know my grandmother had 7. She would have had 8. So, I feel like we're learning to do things better, aren't we? Aren't we? So, for example, let's say that I pop out triplets or something. Let's say I pop out triplets. You know, it, obviously, I'm going to have a husband over here helping me with those triplets. Okay, obviously. But a lot of people wouldn't understand that. They say, oh my gosh, she's crazy. Why did she have all of those children? Some people enjoy being pregnant. Some people enjoy giving birth. It's something that does kind of, I don't know. It's one of the things that makes you a woman. It is. So, a woman desiring to have children is not weird at all. Trying to make people infertile, that is what's weird. Okay, guys, I just totally screwed up. And I think I'm showing... Okay, guys, hold on a second. I done did something crazy. Okay, that's still good. I hope y'all didn't see all my goodies. Not my goodies. Did y'all? Yeah, I think it's a mistake for women to be running around infertile. I think it messes up the balance of the universe. I really do. But they'll say, hey, well, if she doesn't take these birth control pills or something, then we're just going to have a baby every year. Perhaps it wasn't. Let's think of the possibility that maybe it wasn't meant for men and women to cohabitate together. Stop, baby. Stop it, baby. She about to break my candle is what she's about to do. She gonna fuss now. She's like, no. She said whenever her mama stops her from doing something, she's like, no, huh? Oh, yeah, guys. I've got to go.
No, you definitely.
I wish I could stay all night with y'all and talk. Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. I think that men have been trying to make us infertile, especially with this whole menopause thing. If you notice, menopause, this was made up by men. This is a man-made psychological process that men made up. That's not necessarily a biological process, and they are working towards that. And that's why I said get y'all cleanses. Because they would have loved for me to look like terrible. They would have loved for me to look terrible. And I don't. I don't care. Even if they lie and say that I do. I know that I look good. Okay? Because I've been doing those cleanses and brushing it off of my shoulder. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, real talk. But I'm going to go because I think the kids actually just want to spend time with me. So I'm going to go because they're ready to watch a movie and stuff. And I'm going to go in here with them and watch a movie. Yeah, they want to ruin our female beauty. I agree with that. I agree with that. And because like they were telling me that I was old at like 30 something, I'm like, hold the fuck up. I just now, when you're in your 30s, you're ripe. You're ripe. Old ain't that's not like, okay, if you want to say that my spirit is old, I'm an old soul. So they want us to be under this. I don't even know why they would do that. Like, why would you do that? And then they call it the circle of life. I'm starting to everything that I was taught, I'm starting to question it. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Just from what I know, because I know that anything is possible in this world. Anything and everything is possible. That's all I know. So a lot of people will say, well, how can I do that? Well, it's possible. You just have to tap into your ability to do it. And for some reason, I feel like they want to I feel like on some level they do want to dictate us and control us like little children and stuff, and adult children, and it's terrible. It's absolutely preposterous. Who would want that? I know I wouldn't, and I'm not gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. 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 I feel good. But the energy, that all that stress and stuff and all that, like, why would you want a woman to not be orgasmic and feel good about herself? It's something strange about that. And just because you're an orgasmic woman that understands yourself and you feel good about yourself, that doesn't mean that you running around trying to throw it to everybody. You just feel good about yourself. I really don't understand. I think that there's a lot of people that have twisted sexualities. But I think that it's healthy for you to be a woman walking around here fertile, instead of like, what are we, like puppies? You're gonna fix us like that. To me is, I don't think it's right. I think that that's why we have so many problems. I think that's why we have so many problems on this earth, is because they're trying to control your heartbeat. They even want to control your heartbeat and how fast or slow it beats. Very, because it represents everlasting life, and it represents the fountain of youth. It does. So female energy is very important with that. And for some reason, like, there's a lot that I could talk about, but this whole growing old thing and growing gray, that's actually not even really normal. And that's all I'm going to say. Because from what we can see from our forefathers, they were all very, and this is even the god Odin, the way that we portray them. How do we really know that they were, old and with gray hair? How do we really know that that's what they look like? Like, what if every damn thing that we were told was a lie? So then that's when you would have to go and seek the truth in your own mind. And you can make it up as far as you want. You don't, really, to be honest with you, there's no right or wrong belief system, because perception is reality. Everybody's perception is their reality. Where that D at? Oh, that's my cue. I'm gonna go, y'all, because I'm about to eat like some chicken and stuff at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because we're like, I don't know what, I guess, you know what? I guess everything is backwards. I guess we're supposed to be up during the night and sleep during the day. Maybe that was even backwards. Maybe we were taught that, and we, you never know. Because we have been up, and then also the full moon is coming up. For some reason, like, I feel more energetically around the full moon, but you don't want to feel psychically attacked. If you're feeling psychically attacked, you may have some bad spirits that were sent to you. You should be feeling productive around this time. So yeah, the full moon is going to give you more energy and make you extra receptive. But for you to be feeling like crap, for you to feel like all this pressure and your heart is pounding and you're feeling anxiety, then that is what is not spiritually normal around this time. Okay? Yeah, so Yeah, and there's relief for that. Like I be like a lot of people, they come to me, they say, Jamila, I've been feeling this way for years. I just been feeling just sped up but slowed down at the same time. Just feeling really pressed, just feeling, this tight, just feeling really tight, and just yeah. So I can't stand feeling like that for too long. That's why even when I get into arguments with people, I be ready to just let it go. I be like, look, hey, this ain't worth me arguing about. This ain't worth me changing. Like there's some people that will change the whole dynamic of their life for one traumatic event. Will just change everything. Like they, and I think it's important to be careful to not do that. Okay, I gotta relight this candle, y'all. But I really can't do it with this match. Yeah, where's my barbecue lighter? The wick is too far down in there. So, this is one of the reasons why I don't listen to medical reports and all that stuff, and I don't be, it's like that, you know. And I do believe that back in the day, like we probably had tribes and stuff that didn't get involved with stuff like that. And there's people actually in this world, they don't go to doctor checkups and stuff every day. In fact, they don't even know what a damn doctor is. And they perfectly healthy. They like, what? What disease? What? That's a bad spirit. So there's a lot of people that believe that disease is bad spirits. They believe that poverty is bad spirits. They believe that sickness is bad spirits. And same way that I feel about the coronavirus, it's a bad spirit. So I think that at the end of the day, let me hurry up and get me some food, y'all. That's what I'm gonna say at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't even think that, it makes you a bad person or a hateful person or even an evil person, to not have fear of this coronavirus. I don't think that that makes you a bad person just because you don't fear it. Because they've been teaching us this, like literally, at least my guides prepared me for this. They did. They prepared a lot of us for this. Because I believe that anything that is going to attack the body, I believe that it's through the mind is how you're going to get rid of it. So, guys, I've noticed that a lot of the things that I say catch on because I will say something and like 2 days later, there'll be a video up saying the same thing and it'll have like millions of views. So, but as long as it's not about who's listening to who or who said it or who gets, credit for it, as long as you actually living your life by it. I live my life by this. I wouldn't want to live any other way. When I was living my life the other way, I wasn't happy. I mean, I was happy to a fault, but I didn't have the fulfillment that I feel now, okay? Which I do feel a lot of fulfillment. I think that I'm going to ultimately be fulfilled when I have a man laying up in that bed, butt naked, waiting on me, okay? That's when, nothing wrong with that, man. They try to make us feel bad for wanting a sexual partner or a love partner. Don't you ever feel bad for that, man. You're supposed to want that. In fact, that's one of the reasons why most of us came here, which is why they attack relationships mostly. Any relationship is going to fall under attack. Any relationship. I guess I'm drinking milk with my food tonight. That's not a bad thing. Y'all know that drinking milk with my dinner actually helps me digest my food better. It helps settle my stomach. So I will drink some cow's milk and I like goat's milk too. So Yes, and you know, all of those animals are worthy of being eaten too. You know? Yes, they are. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I love you guys, but I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. I hope that y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. But I can tell you that usually Wednesday, and see, we're breaking a lot of chains and a lot of patterns and cycles. You know, sometimes on Wednesdays, you know, you can have some, boy, that war energy come through on Wednesdays. But I think that it's also if you have any unresolved conflicts. I'm trying to resolve all of my conflicts within myself because I don't want these conflicts. I would much rather be with nature, wake up to nature, go to sleep with nature. So that's where I'm at, you guys. I don't know about y'all, but I'll see y'all later, okay? Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Sex is healing for me. It's healing for me. So sex is never negative in my opinion unless it's rape, which rape is not sex. Rape is rape. Okay? So as long as it's not some crazy situation going on, I think that sex, you know, between two consenting adults that are able to consent is a beautiful thing. I will never feel bad about sex. And I think that that's a part of the program that a lot of these men are on. Well, honey, just because you acted a fool, uh, that don't mean that I'm not going to go and enjoy sex with somebody else, honey. Okay? All right, guys. Are y'all down here? Is that Deja? It is Deja. Okay. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Love, light, and mugwort to you guys, and I'll see y'all later. Okay. All right. Bye. Thank y'all for coming.